Race number 5 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:04. It's the John Pope Handicap over 2,100 metres. The replay horse can look at the improved effort last start of Jazari.
Of silver coming into the race, Fontainebleau looking for a run inside of those, and now to the outside, Battle Talk starts to run on at the 250. Astronomite held Fontainebleau as Battle Talk ranged to them. Battle Talk swept to the lead with 100 left to go, draws away. Mr. Pago, Fontainebleau gets clear. Battle Talk in front from Fontainebleau, but Battle Talk won from Fontainebleau.
Neville Parnham elects to back up Jazari 7 days after placing third in the replay race. That was behind Battle Talk, who's now won 4 in a row, and Fontainebleau. That was a 72 plus handicap. This is a 66 plus. I think that was a stronger race both on paper and in reality. The concern for mine about Jazari was I wasn't too bothered about him moving back to 1,650 metres last start. I thought that was probably a positive. He goes back up to 2,100, but he was finishing off really well that day. And if he has recaptured his form, I think he could represent some value in this race. Goes on top from number 3, Juicing Carrots. He's certainly thriving under what is a tougher training regime for Raquel Reid. That's what she told Gareth Hall in the post-race interview when it won 10 days ago, beating Sense of Power by a neck. This horse never looks the greatest in the yard, but it seems that he is thriving on a bit more work at home. Number 11, Truly Belong, has not won beyond 1,200 metres, but she does certainly boast a finish here, so has to go in the numbers, gets the outside gate and will probably rattle home. It just depends what tempo they get. Has been running over these trips, but not in particularly fast run races. And then number 7, Grand Cadeau, first up here for Lindsay Smith and Taylor Stone. Barrier 1 gets a claim and won a trial at Larkhill over 1,450 metres on the 13th of August. On top selection in race number 5, going to go with number 9, Jazari, to beat 3 Juicing Carrots, 11 Truly Belong and 7 Grand Cadeau. Race number 6 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:40. It's the QUAYCLEAN handicap over 1,200 metres. The replay horse can look at the hat-trick completion of Great Again last start.
Straight now, they'd left the 400 behind them. Swift Platinum taken on by Great Again, and Great Again shortly afterwards races to the lead now, more than a length clear. In behind them, Blizzard Express, Adrian McPhee trying to work into the open. Down the outside comes Cramden with its run. It's Great Again with 100 left to go. Comparative and Count to Mozoff. Cramden trying hard. Great Again in front. Comparative is coming at it, but it's Great Again who completes the hat-trick.
Great Again has now won 3 races on the spin this preparation, and remarkably it's the first time he's ever going to get the claim of stable apprentice Taylor Stone. This horse makes his own look on the speed. I've got him mapping as leading here and the tempo not being particularly hard. Taylor gets his claim, and it means effectively that he gets in without a penalty from his last start win in the graduation race for Colts and Geldings when beating Comparative. That was the race we saw in the replay, and I do think he may be able to dictate affairs here. So goes on top. The big watch horse in the race is number 2, Get Over It. I know it was beaten 8 3/4 lengths in the trial, but it was behind a little one of Jim Taylor's. I don't think Jason Brown that day was asked to do too much aboard Get Over It. Kate Whitten goes on here, so claims, gets it down to 58. And this yard is very, very good at placing its horses. Generally speaking, if they're in the race, they're there to win. Number 1, By Decree, dropped significantly in grade from a 78 plus last start into this 66 plus, but probably does favour rain affected ground and therefore only goes in for the minors. And then number 8, Count to Mozov, has won 2 of his last 3 races. He's not one of mine. I do prefer him over 1,000 metres, but he goes in the exotics here. My top selection in race number 6, going to go with number 3, Great Again, to be Great Again, and beat 2, Get Over It, 1, By Decree, and 8, Count to Mozov. Race number 7 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:15. It's the feature. It is the Belmont Newmarket over 1,200 metres, a listed race that's effectively an 86 plus handicap. The replay horse can look at the new season sprint win of Dardy.
Into the home straight there, followed by more aces. Then came Woolabar, Caipirinha, and down the outskirts of the track is Mr. Motown. Flying Time comes out after Super Maxi. Inside the 200, but it's Super Maxi. A length and a half in front of the old fellow Flying Time. Dardy cutting back towards the inside as he shakes up Super Maxi. Super Maxi, Dardy coming, Dardy.
Yeah, Darty has copped a massive penalty for winning the replay race. That was a new season sprint worth $100,000. He was racing from outside of the handicap that day, but he absolutely smashed them like guitars, a bit like the Sydney Olympics from 2000 in the swimming pool. And I don't think his connections are all that bothered about the penalty he copped, because I think he's absolutely flying, and I think he's still pretty well weighted, and he'll probably win on Saturday with off a rating of 88. Gets Barry Warren, Sean O'Donnell sticks, and the 2 runs his preparation. First up behind Undisclosed when the lights were flashing, and last up when he finished off really well to beat Super Maxi. I think he's the best horse in the race, and he goes on top. From number 9, Oliver's Travels. Got a lot of time for this horse. He resumes off the trial behind Profit Street, who is also in this race. Probably wants it a little bit further than 1,200 metres, but ran some really good speed ratings, did Oliver's Travels last campaign, and he gets William Pike aboard here, and that is an interesting booking, to say the least, given his association with Simon Miller and what their strike rate is like. Number 5, Rebel King, is a fresh specialist. I thought his trial was okay, but I have seen him trial better than that, so only goes in the minors here. And then number 10, Super Maxi. The track will be drying out. I think he's probably better suited to 1,000 metres, and I can't see him beating Yeah Darty over the 6. My top selection in race number 7, I'm going to go with number 7, Yeah Darty, to beat 9, Oliver's Travels, 5, Rebel King, and 10, Super Maxi. Race number 8 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:55. It's the Amelia Park Lodge handicap over 1,000 metres. The replay horse is Pretentious Charm, but we're going back 14 months to see his win at Belmont Park over 1,000 metres.
To get out over Record and Delicate Miss. In the straight they run. Chinetti's got the lead. On the outside it's it. More races the inside. Bombs away trying to come through. Pretentious Chant is booming down the outside with a good run, and Woolly Bar is starting to run through as well, but it's Pretentious Chant racing up to It's It. Woolly Bar's getting through as well. It's It fights hard. Pretentious Chant and also Woolly Bar. Pretentious Chant comes at It's It.
The significance of the July 2017 replay race was it was the last time that Pretentious Chant raced in a 72 plus handicap over this course and distance, and he got the chocolates as you saw in the replay. William Pike was aboard that day. He carried 54. He gets 57 on Saturday, but he gets a couple of gear changes, tongue bit off and pulling bit on, and I do think they'll go pretty fast here. And I've got a lot of question marks about a fair few of these horses like Sharp Bob, Epic Grey, Dear Della Raza, Undisclosed. A fair few of these need to lead, particularly Undisclosed and Sharp Bob, and only one of them is going to be able to do so. So I think the speed will be on. I think it might suit the swoopers, and I'm willing to go a bit wide here, not only with the top selection. Number 2 is Epic Grey. I think he's the second best horse in this race, out to maintain his unbeaten second up record. He's only 1 from 1, but he's pretty tough. I thought his trial was good behind the Celt, and I thought he was pretty good behind Sharp Bob. I think he'll be better second up. Number 9, Recall, is similar to Pretentious Chant. Will be getting back in the run and then finishing off quite well. I think he's very much capable of significant improvement back onto a dry track off a hot tempo. And then number 10, absolutely flying this horse, Dear Della Raza, is up in grade though. Last 3 runs have been in graduation class. This is 2 levels higher, 72 plus, but can't knock the form. I'm just wondering where he'll end up on the map. My top selection in race number 8, going to go wide here. Number 7, Pretentious Chant, to beat 2, Epic Grade, 9, Recoiled, and 10, Dear Della Raza. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the Belmont card. Going to go in race number 2 with number 1, Petrosity. Surely Saturday is his day at the 11th time of asking. And then in the feature race, number 7, in race number 7, that's Yeah Darty. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website, or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.